Alright, so I realize we may be a little bit out of season with this one, but I was making a bunch of broth. It's a great tool for long runs. I had a little bit extra. I had some butternut squash, so figured we'd use it before it goes bad. We're going to make a Thai style butternut squash soup. So what I've got here is a butternut squash that I've started on already. We just want to, any way we can, it's kind of a pain, but get this outer shell cut off. Once we do that, we're going to dice it into, cube size shapes, not too big, but it doesn't have to be too small. We're gonna get that in a pot. I've got a couple cloves of garlic in here as well. And then to that, we're gonna add some sort of stock. Now this is the chicken foot stock that I made prior. I've got a video if you want to dig back in the archives on how to do that. Otherwise, any stock is going to work. Beef, chicken, vegetable, homemade, store-bought, whatever you want to do. So I'm going to continue working on this, getting it all broken down. Then we're going to get it on the oven or on the stove. We're going to crank it up to a boil, get it boiling, and then bring it back down to a simmer. Okay, so now we're basically ready to go. In here, again, I'm making a double batch today, so I've got 2 medium to large butternut squash all pieced up. I've got 2 quarts of stock, and then to that I added just a little bit of water, get a little bit more liquid in here. I did not add much additional because my stock still had some of the pepper and spices and stuff in it. So I'm not worried about that. Plus we're going to be adding some other flavors later. So if your stock is a little bit bland, you could add a little bit, but it's not necessary. And then the last thing I'm going to add is some red pepper flakes here. Obviously, if spicy's your thing, add a lot. Not your thing, add less, add none. That's completely up to you. But now, again, I'm going to get this on the stove. I'm going to get it boiling. And then I'm going to turn it down to a simmer. We're going to simmer it until our squash is tender, and then we're going to take an immersion blender and mix it all together. Because I've got so much in here, because my stove is not great, I'm expecting this to be at least an hour, if not more. So just a general time frame for you to estimate on. All right, after we have what is in our pot all blended up, cooked, our next step is going to be adding coconut milk. So again, I'm making double. I'm doing 2 cans of coconut milk. And then I have some Thai peanut sauce mix. It just comes in these little pouches. And I'm going to add 2 of these. So I'm going to get this in the pot, get it all mixed up together. And then I'm going to continue to simmer that with the lid off. We're going to do this to let some of the moisture evaporate. We put a lot of liquids in this, and I don't want it to be too thin or runny, so we want some of that moisture to come off. And we're going to continue to simmer it until it gets to a texture that we are comfortable with. All right, once we've let it thicken up a little bit, we're time for a bowl. I'm going to add just a little bit of coconut cream on top. Then we can garnish with a little bit of cilantro and some chopped peanuts. And there you have it.